I will give you a moment if you need to find a tissue if you're a grandparent and you just saw 18 years pass in front of you in the last 6 minutes. I love making that video. There's supposed to be rules to it. When I started making it, I had to promise my own kids, we won't use any of the naked pictures that your mom wants us to use. And then, so I started going to just mom and grandma, and I said, send me 15 to 20 pictures, and I still have some of them that send me 30 or 40 pictures, and let me choose from them because it's so hard for mom to choose out of all of the fantastic pictures that they have. So I love making that video. And then you learn things like, evidently Bryce loves the camera, even though you can't get him to say 2 words to you unless you look him right in the eye. This is one of my favorite Sundays. This is, and it follows one of my favorite Wednesdays. On Wednesday, we had a senior lunch where you may not know this already, but we invite the entire senior class each year to come, and we feed them in the fellowship hall, and we just honor them and celebrate with them because we want them to know that we kind of see the whole town as our kids, but then we get to do Senior Sunday because you all have watched these folks grow up, and now you get to see this pretty significant milestone that's in their lives. And we just like being able to share all that together. The students are going to say, we've heard this sermon before because I did something similar on Wednesday at the senior lunch, but I don't really preach to the whole class. I just get to preach to you guys. So if you're taking notes, you're going to have to be just fast enough to write down scripture references when I get to them, because I'm not going to slow down for you. You don't need me to slow down for you. But I brought my backpack for a specific reason. Baxley was very interested in the backpack. It used to smell like sweat and pine needles, and now it smells like it's been in storage for the last 3 years. This backpack has been with me on a lot of really great adventures. My friend Jeff and I hiked up to a place called Bear Lake this was in the Collegiate Peaks Wilderness in the Rocky Mountains. And we hiked 8 or 9 miles in, camped at Tree Line on the shore of Bear Lake, got snowed on in the middle of the night, and woke up to see the sunrise coming up over the plains and had trout for breakfast. This backpack was with me for that. This backpack was with me when I led a group of students on, we called it an outback trip, but this was also in the Rocky Mountains, in the San Juans. And on that trip, they dropped us off from the road. They dropped us off at the road with backpacks and a map and a compass and said, Brush Lake is up there. You find it, and we will meet you there to camp there tonight. They cheated. We used a map and a compass to blaze our own trail, because there wasn't one, to get to Brush Lake and camp, also at about Tree Line. The reason I tell you that is because seniors, they think of this time this week as graduation, and they should, because graduation marks the end of something, right? But it's also referred to as commencement. Commencement is the beginning of something. And it's the beginning of the phase of life where these young people get to make their own decisions about what they're going to do and where they're going to go. See, when you're born, you don't get any choice about that at all. You don't get a choice about what family you're born into. You get almost no choices at all. And even through like all of elementary school, everybody's choosing everything for you. Some of you don't even get to dress yourselves, which is probably good for some of you. Let your mom dress you for a couple more years. That'd be good. The time you get to junior high, you might get to pick which sports you want to do. Time you get to high school, you go, do I want to play the flute or the trombone? Do I want to be in band? Do I want to be in barbecue? Do I want to be in tennis? You start to kind of get to make choices, but you still have someone just kind of taking you everywhere you go. I will quote someone in this room, and she can thank me later. Where is tennis? This was my question. Where is tennis this week? And she said, I don't know. I just show up at the bus, and the bus takes me to wherever tennis is. And you can thank Abby Turner for that one, because it's my favorite senior quote. I don't know where we're going, but the bus will take me there if I show up on time. So this is new. This commencement is your journey by your choices. Where are you going to go? I love it that Gerald had his atlas, because the map is one of the things that's in my backpack that I want to show you. But I also brought a compass, because this I got to make sure I have everything in here still. Oh yeah, I got it all. I got to root around a little bit. The compass is important when your phone dies, because you've got to know where true north is. And this is a little tiny one, because for backpacking, you don't pack a bunch of big stuff, you pack little stuff. But if you want to know where north is, then you use your compass. By the way, north is that way. If you want to know where true north is in your life, you've got to have something that tells you where true north is. Now, a lot of people get confused about true north because they think it's, what do I feel like about where I'm going and what I'm doing? We, as followers of Christ, have a true north that is built in for us. In fact, I would suggest to you that this, God's Word, is what we use to figure out where true north is. So the Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 verse that you heard earlier, trust in the Lord and He will make your paths straight, right? True north is where God decides true north is, and it's our job to figure out where it is and then let Him guide us. I have a couple more verses about true north. Psalm 32, 8, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. Isaiah 20, 31, and you will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. This is the gift of the Holy Spirit that Jesus gave to us. Someone to speak in the back of our mind to say, this is the way, go this way. And then your Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will direct your path. This is a nifty little piece because it also has a flashlight on it, and your flashlight verse is real simple. Psalm 119 says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. This one also has a whistle, by the way, which I will not demonstrate for you in confined space. But trust me, if you're backpacking and you fall and break your ankle and you're the only one around, you've got to call for help, right? And I want to make sure that you seniors know and that everybody knows that calling for help is a good thing. Calling for help is not a sign of weakness. All of us will call for help at some point or another. Use the whistle, call for help. Psalm 121 says, my help comes from the Lord, who made the heavens and the earth. Psalm 18:3 says, I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from my enemies. So this is a nifty little deal. Compass, flashlight, whistle, all in one. I want you to pack one of those on your journey. I also want you to pack, let's go, oh yeah, we can go here next. This is my packet of thank you cards. Students who have been in my youth group for any amount of time have learned to write thank you cards because I believe in this so much. The number of people who helped you get to where you are, the list is very long. And those people need to hear from you, not that you don't get to just feel thankful in your heart for those people. You need to say thank you to those people. The thank you card is one way to do that. Text is one way to do that. Phone call is one way to do that. Take you out for coffee and just say thank you for all the things that you have done to help me get to this point. The thank you cards, I want you to pack them, and I want you to use some version of thank you, because you've got parents and grandparents, you've got teachers and coaches, you've got, I mean, it's a list. It's a long list of people that you need to say thank you to for helping you get at least to this place. Thank you. By the way, using the word thank you, being a grateful person is not just for the people that you're saying thank you to, it's also for you. All of the studies, I love it when the current studies catch up to what the Bible has been teaching us for so long. All the current studies say that gratitude makes you a healthier person. If you're a grateful person, you're physically healthier, you are emotionally healthier, your relationships are stronger. So if you need other reasons to say thank you and to be a thankful person, it's not just for them, it's also for you and the kind of person you're going to become. So I want you to pack some thank you cards. I also want you to pack, ramen. You guys don't have any money, and you still need to eat. So 26 cents a package. Do you need more on that? Their instructions are on it, so I'm not gonna give you the whole instruction. I want you to pack work gloves, though. A lot of you students learn this from your school habits, maybe even better from your athletics, that the amount of work that is required for you to succeed at something. Those two things are tied together. And that does not end when you graduate from school. That does not end when you go home from work. The things that you accomplish in your life, all of them will require work. We have in our backyard what I call barefoot grass. Do you know what barefoot grass is? The kind where you really just want to take off your shoes and socks and you want to just walk in it and stand in it, and then you roll around in it and the dog comes and jumps on you, and barefoot grass. You know what I'm talking about, right? We wanted barefoot grass so badly because our grass was just for so long, and we finally decided, okay, we're going to do it right. So we're going to buy the sod to get us barefoot grass in our backyard. I want you to know that barefoot grass is not easy to obtain. There is a lot of work involved in obtaining barefoot grass. You take out the old stuff. You rake up a bunch of the old stuff because you've tilled it up, and now you've got junk grass and you've got weeds and all kinds of stuff, and you rake that all up and you haul it away. And you till and you prepare and you level the soil for the new grass, and you fertilize the soil before you ever put anything on top of it. And you go to town and you haul back pallets of sod. It comes in a roll of grass that weighs 60 pounds or so, something like that. And there's 2 pallets of them that cover our whole yard. And you take those out one at a time and you roll them out on the yard, and you match them up and you cut them at the corners so they will make the space exactly the way you want it to be. And then you're finished. Oh wait, except for the water, fertilize, mow, trim, keep the weeds out. All of that requires work. Are you following me? If you want barefoot grass in your life, you have to be prepared to work for it. If you don't want good things in your life, you might be able to get away with less work. But I think you do want good things in your life, and that does not end when you graduate from school. I was really glad to see that these gloves were getting holes in them, because when the gloves get holes in them, then that means you're done working, right? Is that right? No. In fact, I've done this long enough that I had new gloves already before I got holes in those, because I knew when you finish the one thing, the next thing is going to require work as well. There's a misconception that floats around sometimes that work is part of the curse, that we weren't designed for work, and that it's something we have to do, and that is actually completely opposite. If you read the Genesis account, God gives Adam assignments before the fall ever happens. God gives him, tend the garden. You guys take care of this. You guys name the animals. Do mental work, do physical work, do beauty building work, do creative work. We're designed, because we're made in God's image, to do work. So I don't want you to think the point of work is so that I can have money, although you're eventually going to want to eat more than just the ramen. So yeah, you probably should earn some money. But the work is not just about getting paid. The work is about your value, about your identity. It is about your purpose. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. So whatever job you have a boss. But you're really working for the Lord, and the boss is an intermediary. since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. That was Colossians 3:23. I missed the verse on the thank you cards. 1 Thessalonians 5:18, if you need to write down the reference. Give thanks to the Lord in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. All right, now I have one more very important thing. This may be the most important thing in my backpack here. It's also the bulkiest thing, so give me a second here. I have to dig it out. But this is terribly important. Oh, I forgot to show you my rain jacket. It's not sunny days everywhere, just so you know that. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I can do this. Do I have your interest yet? This is maybe the most important thing I carry around. This is a peach tree stump. My wife Shelley is a gardener, and she is really good at it. And one of the things that she had in her garden, she had peach trees. And the peach trees were sometimes doing what we thought they should do, which is bring us peaches. And then sometimes we'd have a year where they wouldn't bring us anything, and a year where we'd get 10 peaches total off of 2 peach trees. And then last year we had, it was like 300 peaches, and they were all the size of a golf ball, which was clearly not how we were supposed to be getting peaches. So I said to Shelley last summer, this is not what we're looking for. Let me find out what we need to do. So I go to YouTube, find out this is what YouTube is for. You find out I'm supposed to prune the peach tree. So I tell Shelley, do you want me to prune the peach tree, or do you want to? She said, you can prune the peach tree, because she could see I really wanted to. You prune the peach trees, just don't kill them. So I go to my YouTube video, and I'm watching this YouTube video, and I'm scrolling through, and the guy's yammering on at the beginning about something. I don't even remember what it was, so I fast forward to the part where he's actually cutting stuff off of the tree. And I watch him, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like our tree. And so I start doing what he's doing to prune his peach trees. And I start cutting off this branch, and oh yeah, even though that one has a lot of leaves on it, that's still going to be one that you need to prune. It's a very interesting process. So I'm pruning the peach trees, and I get all done, and they look like the guys in the video when I'm done. And I say, look, hon, I pruned the peach trees. And she says, that's great. I hope you didn't kill them. And so about 2 weeks later, all the rest of the leaves fall off of the peach trees. And now they're just naked sticks just cluttering up Shelley's garden. 2 naked stick peach trees. I said, I think that's normal. I think at the beginning of next season, all of that comes back. That's part of what happens when you prune. So, this is in August, and I'm like, we have to wait a few months to see, because I think everything's coming back. So we get to February of this year, and Shelley brings me her phone, and she shows me a picture. She says, you know what that is? And I said, well, that looks like our peach trees. And she said, yeah, this is February 24th of last year. Look at all the leaves and blossoms that are on our peach trees in February of last year. Now go look out the window. And we've got 2 naked sticks of peach trees in the backyard. And I'm like, uh-oh. Well, give them a couple more weeks. I think they might make it. You guys figure out where this story went. I went out and I said, let me go cut off the little something so we can look inside and see what's going on. And that thing snapped off like a little twig that had been dry for about 8 months. And sure enough, I killed the peach trees. I am the peach tree killer. There are going to be ballads written about the peach tree killer who rides into town and prunes your peach trees and kills. And I'm just like, what happened? How did this? I go back to the YouTube video, and I'm looking. And this time I actually watch and listen from the beginning. And one of the first things this guy says is, whatever you do, do not prune your trees in the growing season, especially if in August, because you will kill them if you prune them in August. And I was like, oh no, I probably should have paid attention to the whole video, not just the part I was interested in. And so, yep, that's me. I'm a peach tree killer. So I carry around this peach tree stump. Do you want to know how long it takes to dig out peach trees? It's a lot longer than you think. Because I need to be reminded of my failures all the time, right? I need to carry this around in my backpack so that I can pull it out and say, man, I really am capable of messing things up in a way that you would not believe. You guys would not. Do you want to hear the story of me killing Shelley's peach trees? Because I got a story for you. And when we did this on Wednesday, I already had a bunch of kids looking at me like, what are you doing? Well, they figured it out. This thing should not be in my backpack. We are not designed to be defined by our mistakes. We are not designed to be carrying around our failures or even failures of other people toward us. We are not designed to carry those things around with us. We're supposed to be laying them aside. I'm going to bring you back to the verses that we read together from the book of Hebrews. I want you to hear it again. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance. I don't know about you, but I want the lighter backpack. I want the backpack that will allow me to be more mobile, more agile. Give me some endurance without carrying around my failures with me. So don't put your peach tree stumps in your backpack and take them with you. I have something that I want you to take instead. Much smaller, much easier to manage. I want you to carry this instead. This is my tub of grace. Just a little thing. Grace is the thing that when you've made a mistake, you can apply this, by the way, to yourself. Take just a little bit of grace and rub it on. And grace is the thing that says, I am not perfect, but forgiveness is available. Grace is the thing that Shelley gave to me when I killed her peach trees, and I went to her hat in hand and said, I am so sorry. I really did kill your peach trees. She gave me grace. She did say, you got to buy me new peach trees. And I was like, that's a good deal. I'll take it. But she gave me grace because she knew, first of all, that I was legitimately apologetic. She also knew that I am prone to making errors. And she decided that I am worth loving anyway. And that's where grace comes from. We can extend grace to ourselves. This is also for the people around you. When the person says to you the thing that really dug into you and hurt you horribly, you can apply grace to that relationship as well. This is the thing that God has applied to all of us in Ephesians 2, 8, and 9. For it is by grace you have been saved. Grace is the entire basis of our salvation. We didn't deserve it. God said, I'm giving you grace. And this is not from yourselves, it's from God. It's a little tiny deal because a little bit of grace goes a long way. I want you to pack thank you cards. I want you to pack your compass. In fact, we're going to give you a compass. I want you to pack work gloves. And I don't want you to pack your failures. I want you to pack grace instead.